fish rots from the head.
Round Rock ISD Board of Trustee Daniel Weston blames the superintendent for recent issues in the school district. Round Rock ISD maintains it's been handling issues, but a majority of the Board of Trustees say 2 members are making matters worse by the release of personal information.
He is ultimately responsible for the actions of all of his direct reports,
which includes Round Rock ISD Chief of Police Dennis Weiner. Some Round Rock Board of Trustees had reservations about his hiring, following accusations of Chief Weiner manipulating crime statistics while working for the Coral Gables Police Department in 2014. But he was ultimately hired in 2022. And Superintendent Dr. Javier said he looked forward to working alongside him. But about a year later, the superintendent hired an investigator to look into the police department, apparently without the Board of Trustees' knowledge. A report last October detailed the investigator's findings that the department is negative, toxic, chaotic, has a lack of leadership, full of favoritism, mentally draining, and there's little to no cohesiveness. It also states some officers are downtown when they're supposed to be at their school. The results of the investigation were given to the board in January, but didn't become public until this past Tuesday.
My fears for the safety and security of the children and the staff in our schools is at an explosive level right now.
The same day the report was made public, Round Rock ISD announced a new interim police chief, and Police Weiner was out.
He's still the chief of police through June 30th, as far as I know.
On Wednesday, the board received a letter from Weiner that was sent to the superintendent last month. Board of Trustee Weston posted it with Trustee Mary Bone on Facebook. The letter mentions a sexual assault regarding a student. Chief Weiner criticized the handling of the investigation because the district didn't report it to police. Round Rock ISD says all incidents involving students have been addressed in accordance with applicable law and district policy.
If the worst situation that you could possibly think of were to ever break out in one of our schools, how would police officers who do not trust the leadership, how would they work together to protect our children? And right now, I have more questions than answers.
The Board of Trustees president says, quote, "We're deeply disappointed in the actions of 2 of our colleagues that they chose to release an unredacted letter that could potentially compromise the privacy of minor children and related investigations." Trustee Weston says parents need to know what's going on.
We've got a pattern here of serious security concerns about the school district are not being brought to the attention of the board.